What's up, guys? Welcome to another one of my videos. No, I don't know who can guess which building I am behind, but in celebration of this day, we're going to be talking a little bit about the importance of the building behind me. Now, for the person that can guess will get a little prize. You can text in the comment section down below which building I'm at. Now, for those who don't know, today is October 10th, and that is World Mental Health Day. That is a very important topic, and a lot of persons find it taboo because they feel they'll be stigmatized. Now, persons don't know is that mental health encompasses so much more than just having a mental illness. And today we'll be talking with one of my friends just exactly about what that is. So let's go.
We are ready. Yes, it's recording.
All right. So, good evening. I am so excited to finally meet you in person. And before we get into the video, guys, let me tell you how I found this lovely lady. By the way, her name is Kim Rose, and she will be telling you a little bit about her group in Instagram. I decided to follow some positive pages to get positive quotes and stuff because I really believe that instead of just using Instagram to follow people that are gonna make you think, oh, my life is boring and lame and stuff, I think it's good to find things that motivate you and inspire you.
Mm-hmm.
So I followed some pages like my self love supply, chopra, positive quotes, and quite a few others. And then I just bumped into, I was actually looking for a therapist because
Ooh.
I wanted someone to talk to. And then I saw your page come up and I was like, okay, this is way better than a therapist. This gives you
It's a
everything,
wholesome resource.
right? Because you can get to talk, which is really what I want. And with the talking, there are other things, positive quotes every day, all the time. So when I bumped into it, I added them, and then I brave up one day and I said, "Hey, let me ask her if she'd like to meet with me." And she was so excited. I was like, "Wow, okay." So here we are now. Welcome.
Yes. So before we start, I think I need to highlight that I'm not the only person behind Think Mental Health Day. We are led by an amazing team of 8 persons, including myself. So let me just quickly highlight them and big them up because we honestly could not be where we are without the team. I'm being honest. I'm the founder, but where we are right now is a reflection of the commitment of these team members. So I want to pick up Claire, Gabby, Renee, Rena, Shadea, Stephanie, Crystal. You know Crystal. Big up Crystal. Big up everybody on the team. So much love. So now we can get into the meat of the matter.
All
Let's
right. So
go.
just tell us, what is Think Mental Health J about?
All right, so the program, well, it was initially launched as a program. Now we can call ourselves an organization. Our goal is to promote mental health and wellness, destigmatize mental illnesses, provide information on where persons can get support, and for us to give support where possible. So whether it be through support group sessions, directing persons to therapists, or maybe some free resources, whatever it is that we can do, our goal is to pass on that information and just be there as a safe space, right?
Wow.
Yes.
Right. So a while ago you mentioned something very important. You used the word destigmatize. Now tell me, because I realize nowadays once you talk about mental health, some persons, other persons are actually now warming up to the idea,
Oh,
but there are
yes.
still those persons who we talk about mental health, they jump into the idea of thinking that mental health means that you're mentally ill. But the truth is that's not really the case. So one, mental illness, and tell me why you think the topic of mental health is such a taboo subject today.
Okay, so I'm not sure where it came from, to be honest, for mental health to be stigmatized. I think I'll be doing further research into that, but no, I'm more so focused on, what can we do to move forward, right? But I think some persons have the wrong idea of what mental health is. The fact that we all have a mental health, right? Just like we have physical health, but physical health gets like a better rap than when you mention mental health. And they are both important, right? And I like the phrase that says there's no good health without mental health, because you could be physically fit, nice and buff for everything, and you're not in a mentally healthy space. And that can prevent you from achieving your goals and really living a meaningful life. So our goal now is to focus on how can we break the stigmas? How can we, when we mention mental health, people don't instantly think mental illness, which is really concerned with. So I believe our mental health exists on a spectrum, right? All the way. Yeah, from healthy to ill health. And we all fall somewhere on the spectrum. So when we talk about mental ill health or having a mental health disorder, like myself, let me put it out there, I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. And
Oh,
people tend to think that when we have a mental illness or disorder, that we cannot function, we are incoherent,
that's
we
true.
cannot contribute to the world, we are violent. There are so many stigmas out there that we want to break. So this, let me go back to what I was saying. We all have a mental health, right? It's just that some of us have a mental health disorder that is diagnosed. Some of us undiagnosed. But it's just to highlight that they are both different but related, and it's everybody's business to take care of our mental health and to champion causes focused on amplifying whatever voices around mental health, whatever messages are being shared, the good messages, of course. Yeah, I said a
Yeah,
lot just now.
yeah, but important stuff. So, yeah, that is so true. The other
Mhm.
thing I wanted to say to you as well is, for persons out there that, how should I put this now, that might have an issue, or what, let me see if I can phrase this the way I want to. How do you think, yeah, this is the question. How do you think our view of mental health?
I think you'll have to repeat it. You froze. My internet is
Oh, wow.
unstable. So
All
let's
right,
go
no problem.
again.
All right, I'm saying, how do you think the way that we are, this is the environment that we're in, and the way that we are raised affects our view of mental health?
All right. So how it affects our view or how it affects our mental health in general.
Both, basically, because it can affect the way that you look at it too, I
True.
think
So like growing up, let's start with how it affects our view. So growing up, we get this notion that anything with mental is bad. Anything with
right.
the word mental. A hospital such as Bellevue. How did we get to the point where we stigmatize Bellevue? Just like how up at UWI, even though we have Ward 21 at UWI, just like how people go to health clinics and whatever to take care of their physical health, that's why Bellevue is there to help persons who may be struggling with mental health issues. So it starts from childhood where it's cultural and we grow up and we hear, oh, anything with mental no good. And we grow up with this whole idea now, right? Now we're adults and we get to the point where we realize, okay, I might be struggling right now mentally. And then we can pinpoint that, okay, maybe it's the way I'm experiencing my emotions that's causing me to really feel like this. It could be a lot of things. But because we never explored mental health as children and get to understand emotions and how the various factors affect our mental health, now we are struggling to understand. But I have some faith. I believe that things are changing. And
Yeah,
especially with COVID, where a lot of us are now struggling
With our
We are
mental
more
health.
empathetic because we are there and we're getting to understand that mental health is absolutely important, right?
Right.
So things are changing. But the other part of the question is, how do like our childhood experiences, the environment, all of that affect our mental health? That's a good question. Some of us grow up, we experience childhood trauma, or even if we don't experience it directly, we look around and we see how the people around us are treated, whether it be growing up in a dysfunctional household, father absenteeism, all of those little things, not little, all of those can affect our mental health as adults, right? So childhood experiences, and then we think about the environment we live in, even something as traffic, being stuck in traffic can really affect us, our patience. It makes
Yeah.
we anxious, some of us, especially those of us who are sticklers for time and wanting to be on time and being you can imagine how even those can really affect us as individuals. And we can't disregard like how like every element of our life and being can really shake us up a bit, mentally. None of us are immune to having mental health challenges. May not have a diagnosis or a mental illness, but we are all susceptible to having challenges. So we
Fine
need to
line.
understand, right? We need to understand what going and how even the seemingly small things, for example, like an argument with a stranger on the road, can really tick us off. We need
Yeah.
to understand. So I'm happy you're even having this conversation and you're going to put it out on YouTube for people to
Yes.
start learning and get curious. And this is good. I'm feeling
Right.
hopeful actually about the direction of everything.
Right. All right. So I have one more question because I have to go to work. I would love to stay and chat with you all day because I really like meaningful
We can do this
conversations, and I
again.
really I love to talk to people who are willing to dig beyond the surface. Right. But my last question to you is this: what encouragement do you have for people who are out there who are struggling with different mental health issues and probably are afraid to come out and talk about it? Just overall, just whole what advice or encouragement do you have for people like that
So first
who
of
might be
all, I
watching
want
the video?
to highlight that if you're struggling and you don't want to share it publicly, absolutely fine. But please do reach out for help. If it's talking to a trusted family member or reaching out to a professional or even an organization like Think Mental Health JA, reach out to us, plug, shameless plug. Reach out to us, organizations like Jam Hand. There are many therapists who are online as well. Reach out, express the challenges that you're having. Just talk about it. It all starts with releasing it. Get it out of your system. What are you struggling with? Um, Help yourself to name what you're experiencing. So try to articulate it. It not have to be perfect. You might
Right.
can't put two words together, but that's fine. That's not the goal. The goal is for you to understand what you're experiencing and how you can fix it. The next thing is, so that's asking for help. The other thing is understanding that it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to have off days. It's okay to
Right.
feel out of the norm. It's
And you
okay.
don't need to explain to anyone.
It's absolutely okay. But what is not okay is when you're going to crucify yourself and criticize yourself for experiencing natural emotions.
Right.
Let's not do that. Let's be a little bit kinder to ourselves. Let's consider how we can take better care of ourselves, exercising, eating right, having healthy relationships with family, friends, strangers, and just trying to improve ourselves on a whole. And follow Think Mental Health JA, we have a lot of tips. We can drop the whole of them, yes, so. But there are many opportunities for you to learn how to take better care of your mental health, right? Yes.
Right. Wow. Yeah. So thank you so much. She said I was about to say please follow Think Mental Health JA on Instagram. But she said it, so please follow her. I'm gonna put a link in the description below, and I'm
Thank
also gonna
you.
be putting links of other persons that you can reach out to, because trust me, mental health is very important. Something I think I discovered a little bit late, but the day I discovered it was the day I felt a whole lot better mentally. So thank you so much for taking time out of your personal Sunday. I don't think you know how much this means to me, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys in the future. So until next
Absolutely.
time, yeah,
Let's
man,
make it
take care.
happen.
I
Bye.
will. Bye.
Let me see.
Guys, so I'm here with one of my very lovely, lovely, lovely friends. Trust me, she's a darling, and I can't just say that because she's my friend, but trust me, she was there for me during some really, really challenging times. And I guess why she was so good at it is because, yes, you guessed it, she's a mental health nurse. So I want to introduce you to my friend. Her name is Joan Butley. And just tell us, Joan, how long have you been a mental health nurse?
Well, hi everyone, and thank you, Krista, for having me here. I have been a mental health nurse for 18 years. I've been a registered general nurse for 22 years.
What color? Mrs. Joan Guthrie.
Well, mental health has to do with a person's emotional well-being and also their psychological well-being. And with this comes with how one communicates with their family, the society, and also how they cope when stress presents itself. And the ability for one to do this and and is successful at it makes them they're basically in good mental health, right? The taboos in regards to mental health is that as soon as someone hears mental health, they think of illness, you know. So it's just to put that out there that mental health addresses just your social, your psychological, and emotional well-being, and we encourage individuals to maintain not only a nutritional healthy lifestyle, but also to take care of themselves mentally by giving themselves breaks, adequate rest, to be able to interact with their peers well, check up on your family from time to time, and also your spiritual well-being. We address the person as a whole.
Alright. So in Jamaica, what other persons don't know is that a lot of people are affected by mental health. Could you tell us what are some of the more common types of mental illnesses that are in Jamaica right now?
Well, based on what I've been exposed to so far, it has been the diagnosis of schizophrenia. We do have clients with bipolar disorder, depression, post-traumatic stress disorders, anxiety disorder, anxiety, panic disorder, and certain phobias. It varies, but mostly it would be schizophrenia. And what we find is that once persons realize that they're ill, and it's usually picked up by themselves or a family member or a significant other, we once they get the help, right, and there's usually pharmacological intervention, and at the same time we offer psychotherapy, right? Because talk therapy is very good, it's very effective, and persons will be able to function fully to their full potential, right? And they can work. The occupational functioning is just as good as ours.
What advice would you have for someone who realizes that they have a mental health issue but is afraid to come out and seek that help?
Well, if someone realizes, which is the plus, that's the best thing, when someone has an insight that something is not right and they're not able to cope with what's happening with them. If you have a friend, you can share it with them, because support is very important. Once you have that support, then you seek the professional help. It can be first from your medical doctor, who would, because usually for first persons who are first experiencing something, they usually get help from the psychotherapist, you know, and with the talk therapy, and if but there are instances where you need pharmacological intervention, and that's where your psychiatrist comes in. For maintenance, it would be the mental health officers and the nurse practitioners there that would be there for maintenance. I find that persons are concerned about confidentiality, and you both know we're nurses, and we're bound by that law, and any breach of that is strictly litigation. We're in problems, but persons can be assured that confidentiality will be there, and the necessary support. But my thing is that find someone who you can trust, or which could include a significant other, a family member. Most persons, based on their spirituality, they would choose a pastor, priest, and then they'd get the assistant, the professional assistance, you know. So it's a psychiatrist, or for most people it's first the medical officer and then passed on to the psychiatrist, you know. But help is, we're here at the University Hospital that will be willing also to help.
Just one more question, because I know you have to go. Now with COVID-19 and everything, you know, it has put a lot of strain on people. It has really affected some persons' mental health. For persons that don't know, what are some helplines that they could reach out to for help? So tell us first about the hotlines that persons can reach out to that need help, especially now in COVID, where a lot of persons are being affected by being on lockdown and in quarantine, and it has affected them. What are some of the hotlines that they can reach out to for help?
Well, at the University Hospital we have a line, and it's here where persons who have psychological issues in regards to COVID, and not coping well. So it's managed by the psychiatric residents, and also if there is need for a psychologist, it is usually the person's usually referred, and that's 876-543-1535. for the Ministry of Health, we have a hotline that is used, and it's toll free. It is 888 New Life, and anyone can reach out to these numbers, and they will get the help that is needed.
Alright, so you hear guys, remember the hotlines 888 New Life. I can't remember the other number, but I'll be running it at the bottom of the screen, the one for University Hospital, for their Department of Psychiatry. And don't let that word scare you. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It just means that you know that your mental health is important, and that you know that it is essential to the other aspects of your well-being. So this is how I close this show. I want to wish everyone a happy Mental Health Day. Yes, I said it. Mental health is just as important as all the other aspects of health. John, thank you so much. Yes, what are you gonna say?
Yes, before closing out, for Mental Health Week, which is it has started from Monday. Yes, and throughout this week we have had different agencies within government agencies, mental health, where we have had a series of seminars and conferences, and all this is done online, and it is being advertised, and I urge everyone to participate in them. We have the Western region that is going on up until Sunday, and they have very good presenters, and they will address all your concerns. And if anything is missed out, you can make the contact with us at Mental Health Department, and that is at the University Hospital. Numbers are 92716-2029. And thank you very much for having me.
Yes,
And there is no good health without mental health.
trust me, that is something I've come back to over the years. So thank you so much again for doing this for me. It means a lot. I know you guys really work hard on Mental Health Week despite the challenges that we were having with COVID. And I want to just keep up the good work and continue to push mental health. So happy Mental Health Day once again. Alright.
Thank you.
That's all I have time for today, guys. I will see you in my next video. If you liked this video, please